Hello, fellow academics, and welcome back to Hawkshaw, our little castle that is starting to actually look like a castle. Not quite yet, but, you know, we're getting there. Absolutely getting there. Alright. There's a couple of things that we're still trying to build, and I think it was like 2 episodes ago, or maybe just the last episode, where we went on the journey of, making our settlers a little bit happier. But because there's so much stuff to build, yeah, they didn't quite get around to it yet. Alright. I will still wait until they're finished building all of this. We still have one person there, Truda, who is just cold and just miserable in general. I wanted to look at you. Alright, anyways. But she is still mining away. That is very nice of her. But other than that, yeah, I think, you know, doing all right. Okay. So in here, we do have a 2-level deep. This too shall pass. A traveler comes. Edward wants to join us. Okay, what are your specialties? Medicine, intellectual, botany. You don't love anything. Cheerful night. Fine. Definitely gonna welcome you. Do we have enough beds? Alright, Alan, you're just drinking. Go ahead and carry the settler to a bed. And I kind of figured we don't have a bed yet. Alright, pause. Where is Willem's bed? Here. Could someone now please go ahead and pick him up? There we go. Sorry, Willem. I know you're out and about. Where is our caravan, actually? Halfway there. Alright. With that, we do have a new settler, so let's go first into the schedule. Make sure he's getting the same schedule as everyone else. And then we're going to have a look. Edward. 10, the highest priority. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Here you go. You can be our steward. And if you're ever bored, you can do some research. Maybe we'll actually have you help out with botany and stuff. Although Amisha kind of pretty good at that. Alright. Also need to make sure that all the frees are turned into cores. So we have a bit more wiggle room when it comes to assigning stuff. There we go. We've used up all of our limestones already? That is crazy. Edward, I hope you're not eating raw food. I welcome you to the colony, so you should just be enjoying yourself. He seemed like he was happy. Let's have a look. Initial optimism, 8 nice meal, 8 at the table, 8 in the great hall, very good. There's somewhere a tight space on the way down, but I think that's overall okay. Alan is the only one with the royal bed. I guess that's fine. Right. And yeah, I think we do need to extend our stables here. Can't really extend it in this direction. So maybe we'll actually... I mean, we could block the rest here off. Which kind of would make sense as well, right? So if we're gonna go ahead for now and put 2 of them in there. Then go ahead to be just a bit more utilitarian. We're gonna remove that. And then we can place some soil, which I think we have a ton of, on top of here. This way we're kind of expanding our farming area that we're, well, are likely not going to be expanding. No, hold on. In that case, I wouldn't. No, let's still mine these away. All right, you guys can build all of that. Put in a bit more soil, actually, on both of these. Why didn't that work? Here we go. And also up there. Actually, I will take this back. All right, because then we can go ahead and put in our stable gate, so to speak, just up here. And I'll leave a little bit of space. Not that we really need this, but I am wondering, I feel like this space is getting too cramped for the amount of animals that we have. Oh. Right. For now, let's actually turn this. We don't need to turn this into a limestone brick floor. For now, let's keep it as a regular limestone floor. Too far away from a stable structure. I guess that currently makes sense. Caravan is a destination. We'll deal with that in a second. But first, I want to make sure we're placing 2 barn doors. And then we can expand that rooftop over here. Alright. Still doing okay in terms of animal food. There is not a lot of it, though. It's like, why can't I enter? But yeah, I don't need to enter. Alright, let's see. What do you guys have to sell? So, heater works. Interesting. Don't need that. Fire trap. Could go for one of these. Wardrobe is kind of nice. All pottery shelf. Don't need that. I mean, what we really want is more limestone. So let's already get all the limestone bricks that we can. Don't really need any wood. Don't need any ice. I think we're okay in terms of seeds. Limestones, we're taking all of it as well. And with that, we have exceeded our storage capacity. All right, let's see. So that's 112 gold that they want from us. So let's go ahead and sell all the stuff that we just don't want. And we're already good. Here we go. One more. I think that's overall good. So let's accept that. Yep. And then we're gonna go back. All right. This way we're getting a ton more material, and that should help us ultimately build the remainder of these things that just need to be built. Also, time to kind of clean all of this up. That's a bit messy. Have I set these to not be planted? Not enough seeds. They all died? Really? Oh man. How do all of them die? And the ones that are not sprouting on these all survive? Yeah, funny. Alright, getting resources for construction. What are you constructing, man? Oh, everything down here. I guess that's fair. And then in the long run, do want to remove these. And I think we have a wicker floor in here. Yep. All of that will be extended. And that actually is looking pretty nice. This is kind of like our feeding area. I should have bought more hay. Right, you know what? Let's go ahead and unlock siege engines. I don't know what the maximum fire area of that is, of the ballista. Oh, they're actually relatively small. Alright, so if we place you here, will you be able to fire downward? Let's place one here and one there. We do need wooden mechanical components that we can definitely make. In theory, at least. Not here, but here. Right. Until you have 20. I think that's good. Also, add more stuff here. Not that anyone is working on this. Solely because, yeah, we're still mining a ton. But I want to say soon we'll be done with all of that. Let's make this back to being stone, so as well as all of these. All right, here we go. Somebody was building something. I heard it. I just don't know where. And we finally have some fine wine. Awesome. Which means I can now soon. Only 4 of them. Let's actually just say, don't touch this. Don't touch this. Actually, we will be okay. So one thing that we can do is set this to, and I have preset this, no rough, which basically means they can drink anything except for the rough wine. And I think that will be good, because this way our rough wine has a chance to, why don't you have any clothing? Has a chance to turn into fine wine. And overall, very beneficial. Alright, Taylor, Audrey. I need you to make one more piece of clothing, because we have someone running around in their underwear. And that's, yeah, that's just not good. Alright, why are you... Limestone 10. I guess we only have a limited amount of limestone. So it'll be good for Willem to actually come back with the 300 limestones in there. That should help us. Well, make things happen again. Alright. I am gonna remove this part. Actually, let's not remove this part here. We will build this up, and this way we have a definite 3-layer defense all around it. And then I think, you know, we're in a better situation. Amisha has, I think, just, oh, look at that. They've dealt with all the wood up in the front. Also remove the trees that are close by to our defensive area. Another chicken. We really need to just sell some livestock. Alright, once Willem is back, I'm gonna send him off to maybe even just donate extortionists. Are we in a situation where we might be able to deal with this. I honestly don't quite think so yet. I mean, we could put in our panic room. Willem is currently traveling. How much longer, mate? Don't I see this anywhere? Maybe I don't. Alright, who is our speechcraft expert besides Willem? Edward has an 11, that's not too bad. So I guess Edward it is. Edward, go ahead and for now just talk to him. I kind of want to see how much they want. Because we're getting very close for this to be kind of just done. Alright. We decide to make them an offer. You guys want 1,200 value. I mean, we could give a ton of livestock, to be honest. Let's see, if we were to do that. Ali the sheep. Sorry, Sandy the sheep, Booth the sheep. Violet the goat. Penny the sheep. Let's definitely skip one more sheep. Then we have a bunch of male goats. Booth the sheep. Oh, the sheep. You're too close to one another, so I'm gonna sell you. Libby the goat. Lola the sheep. Lusa the sheep. Well, we have a ton of sheep. Don't actually have as many goats as I expected. Interesting. Alright. One more male sheep to sell. Nibbles. Too cute a name. Cannot sell you. Alright. So if we do only that for now, we still need 1,000. Gold. Ooh. I mean, we could sell those sheep carcasses. Or our pieces. I guess we're not looking for any new research anytime soon. Textbooks we also have a ton. Could sell 100 of those and remake them. Actually, why don't you take a ton of chicken as well? Alright. Let's definitely keep 2 male chicken just to be safe. Could also just sell a ton of chronicles. Oh, there's more chicken. Yeah, take that one as well. I mean, that'll help us out anyways. Really, you guys don't want rough wine? Like, I could sell 100 of this, but it doesn't actually make much of a dent. So if I do this, I could actually just give them the rest of the coin. That's, I think, overall not too bad. Let's do that. And then plan for next time to defend ourselves. All right. All right. We're doing okay. Still doing okay. Where are Actually, my construction workers. What are you guys doing? I know you want to build this, but why is no one building the stuff up here? Don't we have 3 of them now working on construction? Alan is working on construction. You are not. Because of all the planting and stuff that's now going on. Maybe, Audrey, I will pause you from mining. Seal, you are actually also constructing. Okay. Audrey, I need you to help out with the construction, because the others can't seem to get it done. Alright, stuff is still decomposing, which I guess makes a ton of sense. I did just realize having this here. Will that prevent us from... No, it will ferment. Just really slowly. On it. Best temperature above 3 degrees, so between 3 and 6. And that's at 1. Yeah. Minus just half the speed, which I guess is fine. Alright. People are up and about. Why is your name red? Why is your name red? I don't understand. Anyways, why are you guys planting this instead of working on this stuff? Oh, hold on. You need to be a very high priority. You're very high. Are you? Yep. Alright, so at least there's that. My donkey is eating the beets. I guess that's what happens when you have pets. But overall, not too bad. I am really curious if Willem coming back just means we will get copies of some of our animals in here. But I'm glad there are less of them in here now. Because again, kind of getting a bit tight in terms of food production for them. Let's in the meantime, because I don't think we're actually going to build this up any higher. Let's put another set of barley field in this corner, just to make sure we're getting enough of the hay to feed our animals over winter. All right. Now they aren't working on construction anymore, which makes sense because there is no limestone. But Willem should be back any minute now. Yeah. And then they can sort of wrap this up. I don't quite know why they haven't actually finished building that. And what are you building? Oh, you're just filling this up with material. Okay, that makes sense. Good, and they're finally starting to plant some more food for us. Wow, this is slow. Come on, Willem. Seems like you will be arriving in the middle of the night. Wait, but I guess that's alright. In the long term, especially when they have the drawbridges, I think we're gonna hollow out the front a little bit more. And then again, long term, we need to figure out a better place to have our graveyard. I guess in this game you could place the graveyard on a rooftop, even though that just feels just wrong. All right, gonna expand our dump a little bit more, just to make sure we do have the space. And now that everyone is asleep, all right, group the code. This one, you do this one, that one. You focus on the cattle. Focus on the. Actually, let's on this one. 20. If you focus on this one. Then you focus on this one, and Willem, you can focus on this one. All right. We then still have a ton of them out and about. Where are you guys all going? Are you actually walking back by yourself? Do I not need to rope you in? That would be so nice. It looks like it. Awesome. Nope, of course not. Alright, Willem, I know you just came back. Still bring this one in, and Truda, you can bring this one in. I guess we almost had enough people to do this. Now we do still have a ton more of the animals that we can't quite feed. So I know, Willem, you just came back, but I will actually send you out again. So we just came from this one. We could do this one next. Because you're actually not hostile. But I don't think you will have a lot of limestone. You're hostile. Oh wait, were you hostile? No, you were neutral. Courtney. Let's try this one. All right. So, Willem, you're out again. I will now take the entire cattle. We're not gonna sell it. Female sheep, female goat, that's fine. Another female goat, male sheep. Female sheep. Chicken. Female goat. One female goat. Again, I wish I could just sort this. Bunny, you're out. Another bunny, the sheep. Two bunny, the sheeps. Yeah, that's too confusing. Oh my god, they actually did double, didn't they? Just look at that. More cattle. I'm gonna bring both of them to carry stuff back. Amir, I think I've seen you up here somewhere. Nibbles, yeah, still too cute, can't sell you. Belly, bunch of chicken, Paloosa the sheep, Penny the sheep. Aki. You know what? I think that'll do. All right. Load weight 1,000 kilograms. Not bad. All right. What can we actually sell again this time? Let's see. I'm gonna leave the gold ingots here. No, I'm not. Let's take them all. Chronicles we can probably sell. We have more vinegar, so definitely taking all of that. Beeswax, you know what, let's just take it all as well. Fermenting stuff we don't want to take. The rest is just not very valuable. So let me just pack like 100 Chronicles. Do we have... Yeah, no, I think that's fine. All right, and then you take some roasted meat for the road. There we go. You know what? Let's take 70 rough wine as well. And then sending you back out. All right. Let's hope our animals aren't doubled again. And it is kind of nice. It's a weird hack. Forming a caravan. Yep, you're leaving. I don't think you're taking the animals with you. Not great, but, you know, it is what it is. At least now people are finally constructing stuff. You don't need to climb up here to get to this, so I will remove this ladder. Ladder, not letter. Alright. Still haven't quite made a dent up here. It is a bit tricky when, when the settlers are just working all over the place. Really hard to focus, but we're very close to having it done. Wait. Okay, that is unrelated, Thor's hammer. But with that, you know what? I'm going to call this an episode. So thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.